Think we've discovered everything on Earth? Satellites scan the planet. Scientists map every ocean trench. AI can predict the weather. But there are still places so strange, so terrifying, that logic simply doesn't work. These are not myths. They're real locations that scientists have studied and still can't explain. We're talking about places where planes vanish in perfect weather, where birds fall from the sky and turn into stone, a waterfall that swallows rivers and gives nothing back, a jungle river that boils with no volcano nearby, and a desert where radio signals just stop, like the earth flipped a switch. These places are so strange. They challenge the laws of nature. Some say it's magnetic forces. Others think it's ancient energy. Or maybe something not from this world at all. Stick around, because in this video, we're diving into the 5 most mysterious places science still can't explain. And trust me, the last one is straight out of a nightmare.
1. The Bermuda Triangle.
Our first stop, the infamous Bermuda Triangle, a massive patch of ocean between Florida, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda. For over 100 years, ships and aircraft have gone missing here under calm skies and perfect weather. In 1945, 5 U.S. Navy planes known as Flight 19 disappeared mid-mission. Their last radio transmission? Everything looks strange. Even the ocean doesn't look right. A rescue plane was sent. It vanished too. No wreckage, no survivors. Even with today's GPS and radar tech, planes and boats continue to disappear without a trace. Theories include sudden electrical storms, giant underwater methane gas bubbles that sink vessels, magnetic anomalies that mess with navigation, and of course, alien abductions or time portals. One pilot, Bruce Gernon, claimed he flew through a strange cloud tunnel and landed hundreds of miles away in minutes. His instruments went dead. His clock was off. Was it time travel? A rip in space? We don't know. The US government doesn't officially recognize the Bermuda Triangle as dangerous, but that hasn't stopped the disappearances. Whatever's happening out there, it remains one of the greatest modern mysteries on Earth.
2. Lake Natron.
In northern Tanzania, there's a lake so deadly, so eerie, it looks like something straight from a horror film. This is Lake Natron, and it's not your average body of water. It's shallow, hot, and blood red. Yes, red. The color comes from salt-loving microorganisms that thrive in its extreme conditions. The temperature? Up to 60 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to cause serious burns. But the strangest part? Animals that touch this lake turn to stone. Photographers have found birds, bats, and even flamingos dead on the shores, their bodies seemingly petrified, frozen in place like statues. How is that possible? It's due to the lake's extremely high alkalinity, with a pH of nearly 10.5, almost like ammonia. When animals die in or near the lake, the salt and minerals preserve them in a perfectly mummified state, drying them out quickly before decomposition can begin. No one knows exactly why birds crash into the water. Some believe it's a mirror effect caused by the glassy surface, confusing their depth perception. And yet, somehow, a species of flamingo manages to nest right in the middle of the lake. They stand on volcanic islands and walk through alkaline mud, totally unharmed. How do they survive? Scientists aren't totally sure. Their legs and feet have adapted over time, but the level of resistance they show is still beyond expected biology. Lake Natron is deadly, haunting, and fascinating. A place where nature literally freezes time and leaves behind ghostly statues no scientist can fully explain.
3. The Devils Kettle.
Deep inside Judge C.R. Magny State Park in Minnesota, USA, lies a waterfall that defies logic and has stumped scientists for decades. It's called the Devils Kettle. Here's what happens. A river called the Brule splits into two streams when it hits a large rock outcrop. One stream continues its usual path downhill. The other, it disappears. Literally vanishes into a giant hole, the kettle, and no one knows where it goes. Scientists have tried everything to solve the mystery. They've poured dye into the hole, ping pong balls, GPS trackers. Nothing ever comes out downstream. Where does the water go? Theories have ranged from underground caves to deep rock fractures. But there's no surface exit, and geological surveys haven't found a large enough underground system. Could it be evaporating into a hidden chamber? Is it flowing into a subterranean river system that connects elsewhere in the state? No one knows for sure. What makes it weirder? During certain seasons, the missing water volume increases, but the river's size downstream doesn't change. That suggests the water isn't joining the main river again. It's going somewhere else entirely. In local Ojibwe legend, the area is considered sacred, a place of great spiritual energy. Some say the kettle is a natural portal to another realm. Of course, science doesn't accept that, but it also hasn't found any proof to rule it out. The Devil's Kettle is one of the rare places in the US where modern instruments can't solve a basic natural question.
4. Zone of Silence.
Next, we head to northern Mexico, to one of the most mysterious and unexplained regions on Earth, the Zone of Silence. It's a desert area in the Mapimi Biosphere Reserve. On the surface, it looks empty, dry, hot, quiet. But strange things happen here. Radios stop working. GPS devices fail. Signals just die. Pilots flying overhead report compass needles spinning uncontrollably. Drones lose control. Locals say they've seen fireballs falling from the sky, strange lights hovering over the desert, and UFOs that vanish into thin air. And it's not just stories. In 1970, the US military accidentally launched a missile from New Mexico that veered off course and landed right in the middle of the Zone of Silence. Officials rushed in to recover it, but never explained why the missile went off track or why it was drawn to that exact spot. Some scientists think the zone might sit on top of a highly magnetic patch of Earth, with unusual iron or mineral deposits underground. Others suggest that radiation levels here are higher than normal, though no nuclear activity has ever been detected. Even weirder, rare species of mutated plants grow only here, and some animals seem unusually resistant to heat and radiation. Theories include a meteorite that struck long ago, leaving trace minerals, a natural magnetic vortex, or an ancient energy field tied to unknown civilizations. Whatever's causing it, the Zone of Silence lives up to its name. Phones die, birds avoid flying over it, and to this day, it remains a no-go zone for sensitive tech. It's one of the few places on Earth where nature seems to block communication, on purpose.
5. The Boiling River.
Hidden deep in the Amazon rainforest of Peru is a river so mysterious, many locals didn't believe it was real. They called it the Shanai Timpishka, or boiled with the heat of the sun. But the sun isn't what heats it. This river boils on its own. The water reaches temperatures up to 93 degrees Celsius, just below boiling. Small animals that fall in are cooked alive. Bones turn white instantly. There are no volcanoes nearby, no geysers, no fault lines. So, how? In 2011, a geoscientist named Andres Russo confirmed the river's temperature and studied the area. He found that underground hot springs fed by Earth's geothermal energy rise directly beneath the river, but not in a volcanic zone. That shouldn't be possible. According to thermal maps, the Amazon shouldn't have that kind of heat underground. Yet this one stretch of river defies expectations. Russo also discovered something else. Local shamans believe the river was sacred, guarded by a giant snake spirit that protected the jungle. To them, the boiling water wasn't dangerous, it was alive. The river winds through dense forest, with steaming mist rising from the surface. Standing near it feels like being in a sauna. Some scientists now believe there could be a deep geothermal fault no one has mapped. Others think the area might tap into a thermal chimney, like a pressure vent deep underground. But here's the mystery. This is the only known boiling river of this size on the planet, and we still don't fully understand it. So, after everything we've seen, the boiling rivers, the vanishing plains, the zones where even technology gives up, ask yourself this. Do we really understand the planet we live on? We send satellites into orbit. We map the ocean floor. We create machines that can simulate weather, translate languages, and process billions of calculations per second. But then, we come across places like these. Places that break the rules, that don't fit into our textbooks, that make even scientists stop and say, we don't know. Maybe nature is keeping secrets on purpose. Maybe there are laws of the universe we haven't even discovered yet. Or maybe some places were never meant to be understood. These weren't legends, these are real locations. Places you could visit right now, if you dare. So tell me in the comments, which one shocked you the most? Which one would you visit? And which would you avoid? If you love mind-blowing mysteries, strange science, and real places that seem impossible, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and share this with someone who thinks they've seen it all.